Hey everybody, it is Jen Ferguson here with Artistic Painting Studio, and welcome to my page. We are going to have a blast tonight because I'm going to be sharing with you my epoxy granite finish that I do on tumblers, which is a really cool technique and it's just fun to do. So I hope you guys will be able to join and have some fun with me. So we're going to give me just a second here. I want to make sure I'm live on all the pages and groups that I'm supposed to be. And as you get a chance to join me, please do me a favor and say hello in the comments. Love to know who's hanging out. And this way we get to know each other a whole lot better. Okay, I think oops, wrong page. Clicked on the wrong thing, guys, okay? Facebook makes you work really hard to bounce between all the pages and groups and everything, and it gets kind of crazy. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's make sure that I'm live, and okay, I can see comments as well, okay? I'm gonna have to break down and wash my hair tomorrow so I don't have to wear it up, because wearing it up after a couple days, it just hurts your head, okay? But this is just kind of leftover vacation hair. So hi, Billy. It's great to see you on here. Thanks for joining. So this week has kind of all been like featured towards tumblers and some different things that you can do. I've been covering the prep, showing you guys how to use our foil adhesive with glitter, and I got glitter all over the place. Tonight we're going to foil a tumbler. Last night we foiled one with a different technique, and I haven't figured out exactly which foil I want to use or not, but I have one that's all prepped, okay? It is based on our Bondago Black. It has the foil adhesive on it. It is dried, tacked, and ready to go. And now the decision making, okay? So I grabbed this March Foil Club collection and thought, maybe we'll do one of these, okay? So I grabbed those first and thought, oh, this would be really pretty. You know, a great foil for a black background. This one is Dominic, and that is Dominic Umber, okay? Because we have Dominic in two shades, okay? They're identical, but their colorations are a little bit different. This one is the gray, which kind of goes to a blue-gray, which is beautiful color-wise. I want to show you guys these together so that you can see the true difference in their colors, okay? This is one of those foils that likes to curl out, but hopefully you can see that well. The colors are gorgeous. The pattern is stunning. This is one we've had for a while, but I'm going to tell you, it's truly a beautiful classic, okay? And then going through still the March collection, we have Serenity, but Serenity is going to get lost on a dark color. Oh, perfect. I have a black rag here. Okay, this is always a great way to show off the foils on how they look on different colors. So I'm going to put my camera down, and oh, Linda's asking where she finds the tumblers to work on. Linda, we have some great partners that we work with. Tipsy Magnolia is where we get most of our tumblers from, and Sayers and Company. They're actually partners with us in our discount club. So if you're interested in purchasing, you might want to try checking out our discount club, because once you join, you're going to get coupons to use with all of our partners. April says her husband hates when she uses glitter. I know, it's just everywhere. But Linda, if you don't want to get into our discount club, Tipsy Magnolia is wonderful. Okay, so when I lay this Serenity over the black, it basically loses the pattern. You can see it, but it's barely there. So when you are working with any of the transparent foils, this is just a great way to kind of figure out what is the best color to go underneath. So if I take away my black background and I put this over white, you can see how it just pops. All the colors are super vibrant. So white or a very light shade is normally going to look best with Serenity. And then I'm going to show you guys the rest. So I knew I wasn't going to choose that to go over the black. And then this one is Cleo. Again, Cleo gets kind of lost. You can see it a little bit, but you're going to lose most of the beauty of depth of all the colors. But when I put it back over a light base, we've got a stunning pattern here, and this one is just adorable. I used it on one of my hats, okay, on the brim of the hat, and oh my gosh, it was just like the perfect choice for that project. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Ava, okay, and this is one of those foils that is kind of unique in that it looks good over multiple colors. So when you're over white or a light color, it's going to be vibrant. You're going to see all the detail and all the different shades of pink. Well, when I put it over black, it's going to change the whole look of that foil. So now you're seeing more red and mainly the outline, okay, of all of the flowers. So it does alter it and change it. And just to give you an idea, okay, if you think I've been a magician here and I'm tricking you, same foil, okay, over two different colors. So it's a great idea if you have fabric, you just have things that are painted different colors, to lay the foils over the top and get an idea of what they're going to look like. The transparent ones are going to be immediately tell you what color is going to look best underneath. The regular foils aren't going to always tell that story. So sometimes it's best. I think you've heard me preach around here over the years about making a sample board. And if you wanted to test this over a dark gray, over a really dark bluish gray, over black, over white, you could do a small little sample board and just test and see what color is going to work the best, okay? I think I'm going to go for, I really think I want to do the Tumbler and the Dominic, because I don't think I've ever done the Dominic before on a Tumbler. I think that'll be stunning, okay? Hello, everybody. There's been so many of you that have joined in since I've been chit-chatting here, okay? Do me a big favor. If you guys have questions, just type them in the comments below, and I will try to answer everybody's questions. I love the conversations, so the more questions, the better. Mary Jo, thank you so much for finding that invoice quickly. Your package is in the mail, okay? Hello, Rhonda and Kim. Let's see. Okay, I don't have a lot of questions. You guys are just hanging out and chit-chatting with me, okay? So I figured I would go ahead and foil first, because once we get into the epoxy, that's going to kind of like shut down my workstation. So that's kind of what I want to do last and not first. Leslie says she did the Dominic over a crossover black. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Dominic always for me is going to be a dark surface is going to work the best. And normally I'm going to choose, anytime I've got black in the pattern, I'm normally going to choose black as my base, because if there is any part of the design that doesn't transfer super well, you're pretty much going to hide those imperfections with being over black. Okay, so again, just a little recap. Oh, and I want to get this foil laying down here. Sometimes they just curl so quickly that I'm just going to lay some items on it and keep it from rolling back up. But again, if you have just tuned in, Bondago black, I let that dry overnight, and then I did the foil adhesive yesterday and let that dry overnight as well. And now we're ready for our transfer. I have way too many layers here. I think I'm going to get my plastic up because I got a feeling it's going to make a difference. I have plastic down because we're going to be getting into the epoxy And it's always, yeah, see, I had all kinds of little pieces of epoxy even falling off. It's just nice to have a flat, smooth surface, okay? But when you epoxy, you definitely want to get plastic down. Kim says, how did the t-shirts turn out? Oh, the girls haven't done them. They decided they wanted to move their t-shirt application till tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, fine. We're doing t-shirts tomorrow. I'm easy, okay? I think it had to do with Ashley's schedule. She heads to the gym like every night, just about, and she has a very, very regimented schedule, I should say. She's very disciplined. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down on the foil, okay? I'm going to let it roll back towards me and grab the edge. And then I'm using a little bit of tension, okay? I'm not pulling it super tight, just a little bit of tension, just trying to keep it flat and smooth as possible. And no matter what, I'll end up with some wrinkles, okay? But once you have it on there, you can definitely just roll, okay? Sometimes I'll cut off my excess if I've got a lot of extra foil. And I'm going to say, I think this was just a mini collection. Yeah, this is a mini collection. So if you join our foil club and you're just even in mini will be great for your tumblers because it takes less than 1 square foot to do a full tumbler. See, questions here. Cynthia's asking, do you always let the foil adhesive dry overnight? I do on tumblers. When we're starting our tumblers, we're on stainless steel. And I really try to make sure that I have great adhesion through all my layers. So I probably go above and beyond what you have to, but I find I get some of my best results. So I know on Monday I went through this, but I sand, I clean, I prime, I let that Bondago set overnight. I put that foil adhesive on. I just let it set overnight. I know I'm going to get one of my best transfers for going the extra miles and just allowing things to dry longer. It's not required, okay, but I find that I do end up with some of my best release if I go that direction. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start scrubbing. And I'm going to try and read comments at the same time. Mary Jo says, love the Dominic. It was one of my first foils to use on my sideboard many years ago. I updated it last year by putting transparent silver Portia. Oh my gosh, that has got to be gorgeous, okay? Now you got me thinking that I got to put Portia over the top. Oh. Yes, we can layer those foils, okay? One doesn't ever have to be done. Okay, so we're double thick right here at the seam. But I'm going to scrub really, really good on that seam first. And then start to do my pull away and release, okay? And as I'm pulling away, I'm going to get this up really close here. Hopefully you can see that there are some little tiny bits of the black paint still showing. So I'm going to let the foil fall back into place, and I'm going to scrub again. So you'll almost always find that I'm going to do a double scrub, trying to get as much transfer as I possibly can. So I'm going to show you that again. Look, all those little bits were filled in, okay? And I'll guarantee you, if you're allowing your foil adhesive to dry longer, you're going to achieve these better results. If you are in a super fast hurry, okay, and you're just trying to get things done as quick as you can, and you only let the adhesive dry for, say, 15, 30 minutes, okay, you're going to probably get pretty good results. You're just not going to get maybe as great as I'm getting right now. So patience is always, okay, always a really good thing with the foil transferring. And I pull back only a little at a time so I can get those little bits lined back up, okay? Hello, Cindy. Oh, Lori, this one is Dominic, and it's Dominic Umber, okay? Kim's asking, could you foil a kitchen counter and then epoxy? Yes, you sure can. We've had many people do that. If you're not in our Foil Everything group yet, ask to join, because that's where you're going to find some totally amazing, awesome projects that have been done by so many of our customers. Okay, I want to come back and get this edge too. I feel like I didn't get my edge as well. So critique, don't be in a hurry, you guys, when you're doing your foils. Be patient and just take your time. Enjoy the process, and just however long it takes, okay? I sometimes feel like I get rushed because I'm trying to show you guys so much that I don't take my time on my lives, and you really should, and critique all these little pieces, okay? I know. I might have to double foil this one, okay? Mary Jo's intriguing me here, okay? So once I get this transferred, I'm going to go grab the silver Portia, and I'll just lay it over the top, and we'll get an idea of what that's going to look like and see if I want to go through a double foil. And again, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm going to pull it up high here, where every time I pull away the first time, there's lots of little imperfections. And laying it back down, scrubbing again over all of those little areas. And part of it is the fact that we have 2 layers. They've been brushed on. We have texture that we're working with. And the scrub brush is going to allow us with that second pull back, okay? So the first time you're pulling back, it has grabbed all the high spots and maybe just not laid down into the lower areas. So when you're putting it back, you're giving it the opportunity to get scrubbed down into the lower areas, which I'm sure is what's being missed the first time. Telling you, scrubbing foils, it's such a, I don't know, it's relaxing to me, okay? So the one thing I want to talk about here is I still have my foil secured to the edge. So this is going to be my seam, okay? And where I've already released the carrier sheet and the foil's transferred, I don't want to scrub over it. If I scrub over that, I could scratch it. So there's a couple of things you can do. You could take the other end of the carrier sheet, okay, and just match it up so that it's just protecting you, okay, from going over that edge, because we don't want to scratch what we've already released. And that way you can get over that seam part. And I was trying to scrub the seam really well before I start it, because I know that this is always like a little bit trickier. Okay, I'm going to keep my finger in place here and try to make sure that I just don't go over onto that side. If that doesn't make sense, you guys, let me know. I'll try to word it slightly different. But we always talk about how you want to protect your foils. They can scratch. So part of the reason we're top coating is to protect them from being scratched. But we also want to get a protective coat so they can be handled. If you do foil over foil like we are thinking of doing, because Mary Jo put that little bug in my ear, I will top coat between the layers. Okay, so I will do final coat between the 2 layers of foil just to create a barrier. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is gorgeous by itself. I'm not sure. Okay, I will grab Portia and we'll look, but this is so pretty. And even the seam is not a bad transition. And there's fun things that you can do if you have a seam like this. You can just ignore it, or you could come in with like washi tape, and just even put like a little seam, like it's got a little zipper or something on the back, especially if you're going to do any kind of washi tape stripes. That's just another way of hiding it. Most of the time I just don't care and I don't worry about the seam. But we got a gorgeous transfer on there. And that foil is just so, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to finish off the bottom. Some of my foil got touched. Okay, so if you're not wanting your foil to possibly wrap over to the bottom while you're working on it, you might want to cut off that excess to begin with so that it can't do that. But I'm just going to go ahead and set this down on a piece of foil here, and we'll just scrub the bottom, and I'm sure it will fill it in pretty well where it won't be too noticeable. But if you're looking for perfect, then I would have cut off that excess here so it couldn't have wrapped over to the bottom while I was working on it, because my hands got in the way and definitely pushed it to the bottom. Okay. But I think it still looks pretty good. You'd have to really look at that hard to know that the flower pattern might have been slightly messed up. Okay, that still looks really, really good. Janie says, I love foiling over foil, little streaks of hollow foil or metallic foil and streaks of coordinating glitter. Oh, yes, that is a beautiful, beautiful technique. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of the Portia, and we'll look at that option. I love the fact that we have the transparents. And the transparents, it's always so easy to lay them over something and determine if you're going to enhance it or if you want to just leave it as is. You know, I think I'm going to leave it as is. I don't think that would be bad, okay? It would be a beautiful technique, but I think I'm going to leave this one just the way it is. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything else over it other than maybe put a name on there. Oh, both of them went over the Dominic. Oh, I bet it's pretty because you basically just have a variegated color under them because it's busy enough that you're not going to see so much the pattern as you would see the different colorations. Oh, T, I'm excited to see that project. You've been doing sewing machines, correct? I know we have somebody that's doing a mixer. I think you've been doing sewing machines. There is just so many fun projects that you can possibly do. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this one as is, but I hope this has given you a new appreciation for Dominic since it's such a beautiful, beautiful foil. And we'll look at maybe just doing a name, okay? So I think I've shown you guys how to do that. So maybe next week I will get out my Cameo, okay, and cut out a name so that we can put that on there. So I'll show you guys how to put on a vinyl sticker, basically. Yeah, see, T, sometimes I'm so impressed with myself when I actually remember what you guys are doing, okay? Got to remember, there's only one of me and there's a whole bunch of you guys. So I'm going to put my plastic back down and we are going to, we're going to do my granite technique, okay, with epoxy. And this is just a really super fun technique. I want to try to get things out of the way that I could possibly screw up around here, okay? Because I'm going to use spray paint. I'm going to get spray paint all over the place. Sometimes I start something and I think, oh, you've got to clean your area first. Cynthia says, what's the name of the other group again? It's called Foil Everything. Should pop right up. And let's grab the tumbler that I'm going to work on. Okay, so this is the tumbler that I'm going to be doing the technique over. And because my colors are a little bit darker, I had thought about maybe doing it in white, but I still think I'm going to do it in black because it's just going to be a little bit more subtle. And let me get this on my turner here, get it hooked on there. Okay, there we go. Oops, you know what? I'm going to put it on the one further away from me because we're going to be doing at least 2 tumblers today. Once I get epoxy out, I like to just finish everything I can with a layer of epoxy. So let's see if we have a plug. Oh, we do. Okay, that one's plugged in. We've got that. We're going to be gloving up. We still do not have an epoxy that we are carrying, so we're just going to be using, it was, I think, the liquid glass that we used to carry. They got bought out, and unfortunately, the company just ate them up. They didn't buy them to keep their name or brand. They bought them to not have competition. So unfortunately, that happens in the industry, and we were really sad that they are gone. Let me find a stir stick here. We have been playing with a product that we believe we will be bringing in. And we're just kind of giving ourselves a little grace and break because we've had a tremendous amount of expenses lately. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 2 tumblers, okay? On a 24-ounce tumbler. Erica, hey, I'm so glad you just piped in. My brain is just shutting off. How many ounces do you normally do for a 24-ounce plump? I've got 2, and one of them is going to be going over glitter, so I'm going to probably be a little bit more generous on that one. Oh, Cindy, heavens no, I stay out of the drama. There is no drama on my page, okay? But Erica or anybody else on here who does a lot of tumblers, if you guys don't mind giving me the average, I think, if I remember right, I don't think it's even 1 ounce for a tumbler. I think it's more of like 20 cc's. Oh, thank you so much for posting the group. Okay, that's the foil everything. Okay, usually 1 milliliter per ounce. Oh, okay. So then 24 milliliters for a 24. Okay, so that would be, if I did 50, I think I'm going to go 2 ounces. Okay, I know I'm going to have too much, but that's going to be okay. Okay, everybody always asks about their epoxy because B always turns at ambers. You guys, the minute air hits part B, it will amber. So that's why it's ambering in the jar, but it's fine. I know some people will take a tiny bit of purple colorant to offset the amber in the epoxy, but normally when you mix part A and B together, it would be, it'll just clear out, okay? And you guys will see that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and still just, I'm overkill. I always have an overkill here, okay? So I'm just going to do 1 ounce of each, which I know is way too much, but it's just one of the easiest measurements. But thank you guys for piping in. And that's nice to know because I don't know if I ever knew that, okay? That it was basically 1 milliliter per ounce of cup. So that's a good little rule of thumb. And I'm always good about being a little generous. So I rather have too much than run out by all means. Okay, I'm going slow because I'm trying to get to that 1 ounce mark and not go beyond. Okay, let's see if I hit it. Right on the money. Sweet. Sandra, I'm going to do 2, and if I have enough extra, I'll do the 3rd because I do have a 3rd turner that I can use. Okay, so when you're mixing your epoxy, you always want to put B in first and then pour in A. A is a thicker product and it's the hardener. So it's best to put it in second and not first, okay? So with epoxy, B is always before A. I know it sounds backwards, but it works best, okay? I look like I'm pretty close on here, okay? So now I'm going to mix it up, and I want to stir it up really good. I've been told and taught that you want to stir it for 2 to 3 minutes, and it will definitely cause some bubbling, but that's okay. I'm going to be using a blowtorch to bring the bubbles to the surface. She says 30 milliliters should do part A and B. Oh, part A and B. Okay, so 60 total. Okay. Yeah, this is right at 60. Perfect. Thank you, girls. I knew I had some Tumbler gurus in here that you guys do way more of this than I do. Me, I just have fun, okay? Make some crazy tumblers. Eventually, we sell them. Okay, I don't like this little stir stick. It's making my hand cramp. Let's see if I can find a clean one that's a little bit bigger. I don't think that's clean enough. Who says they're a little impatient when they have to stir that long? I know, Sandra. So there's a couple of things that can go wrong. If you don't mix your epoxies equal, you could possibly have them where they stay soft and they don't harden well. The other thing is if you don't stir them well enough, okay, you could also have that issue. So I really don't want to end up with any issue. I try to scrape the bottom, scrape the sides, and I think I'm at 2 minutes, and that's about all I got left in me, okay? I'm at the point where I'm done too, okay? I'm going to try really hard to only use 1 ounce here, okay? I'm going to turn my turner on. She says, don't forget to go a little faster so the resin doesn't get hot. I got the better of the tumblers. It's coming in the mail. Oh, okay. I don't feel like I ever have the problem with this particular product getting hot. I find if I make a big batch, okay, is when I have an issue with it being in the pot too long and getting hot and then having an issue. But I feel like when I'm doing small batches that I don't have a problem with it. But yes, you don't want to let your epoxy sit for too long in the cup, okay? Because sitting in the cup, it just continues to get hotter and hotter, okay? That's part of the issue when you mix up a lot. Sometimes when you're even doing a big project, it's best to not always mix all of it at one time if you were doing like a counter. But doing 2 ounces, I should be fine on getting this on here, smoothing it out, making sure I got full coverage, and then doing the second part. Okay, so I want to see how much I have left. Making sure that I'm using about 1 ounce. So I'm just trying to get the bottom. Trying to make sure that I don't have excess sitting on the top edge. Because anytime I normally have any issue, it's because it's sitting on that I have it too heavy at the top or too heavy at the bottom, and I get like a ridge here, okay? So I'm making sure that I'm pulling it around. Okay, I think we're about ready for this, okay? So I'm gonna save my excess, okay, as I'm rubbing it with my fingers. If I don't need it, onto the bottom. And if I feel anything that feels like it's doesn't have enough, I can keep moving it around. Oh, I think we're good. One thing nice about it as it spins, all your little imperfections just kind of go away. Okay, we're going to let it spin around. T, a spray clear KBS diamond coat. I'm not sure what that's about, but you'll have to explain. Okay, I'm going to hit it with my heat gun first. Okay, I do have a big heat gun. We don't go small around here. What I'm doing here is the heat is going to bring the bubbles to the surface and clear it. But you don't want to heat it up too much, because heating it up also is going to make it soften. And I want to run more, okay? And then we're going to shake like crazy. Oh, okay, T, thank you. I'm like, I have no idea what that's about, but thanks for sharing. Okay, it's a rattle can. We want to make sure it's rattling really well. And I'm going to cross my fingers that we don't have a clogged nozzle, okay? Okay, once you're putting this on, let me see if I can move my camera a little bit. I got epoxy on my hand, okay. This will at least, I think, show you the technique better. Okay, you want to do what I call a high fog, you guys. You don't want to be back down here making full coverage. You're going to, I'm going to spray. Okay, good, spraying good. You want to spray up high, okay? And it's a fog. It's not 100%. It's not solid black, you guys, okay? This is like a mist. But now you can see why I wanted to clear everything away and make sure that I'm not spraying my entire table. Okay, I'm going to do the bottom. And that's it. Now, hopefully you guys can still see the color through there, okay? That's what I'm talking about with a high mist. It's not solid. And I think that's where some people go wrong with this technique, is they get too much on there. Okay, so I have my alcohol, okay, which is the 91% isopropyl alcohol. It's in a spray bottle. Now I'm going to test my spray nozzle first, and I'll adjust because I want like droplets, okay? So I'm going to go up high. I'm going up at least 10, 12 inches, and I'm going to hit it. Okay, you can also put it on your hand and flick it if you're not getting the spray that you want. I'm just not getting more drips and streams. Okay, I'm going to use my hand. So I'm just going to flick it on there because my spray nozzle's not cooperating. And it's the reaction of the alcohol in the spray paint. And it will continue to evolve. I'm going to try to get the bottom so I don't forget. I always forget about the bottom, you guys. Oops, I gotta run. Gotta watch how much I get on there. Okay, so I'm gonna let it spin a little bit and just kind of see if I want any more cells to open in here. Maybe just right there. And that might be it, okay? You don't want to overdo the amount of alcohol because you can go too far with the alcohol. So be careful with that, okay? And just let it react. Now, it will evolve overnight, guaranteed. It's not going to look exactly the same because it's going to continue to move. The epoxy is moving. The paint is moving. The alcohol is still reacting. So you'll have something a little bit different. But at this point, that little baby's just going to spin the rest of the night. The spray paint is Rust-Oleum 2X gloss. That was black gloss. And guaranteed gloss is best to use. We've had some people try this in matte and satin, and I don't think it came out as great. Misty, yes. This is wet epoxy with black spray paint and isopropyl alcohol, 91%. And it's super simple and easy. It's not a complicated, okay? But make sure you don't overdo it, okay? Sometimes less is best because it's going to continue to spin. It's going to continue to evolve. And you don't want to have all of your black disappear by morning. Okay, I'm trying to find where is it? There it is. Okay, I was trying to lock that on. Oh, you're so welcome. Hey, you guys, do me a favor. Since we got so many of you here helping out and hanging out with me, if you would do me a big favor and share this video, we would love it and appreciate it. I think your friends would love it as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put epoxy on the tumbler that I glittered the other day. So I put on our twig glitter, which we are sold out, you guys. You ordered it all, okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and put the epoxy over the glitter. So sitting in here, as Mary Jo had said, the longer it sits in your cup and container, it starts to get hot, okay? This is warm, it's not hot, but definitely the longer the two parts sit together, it will get warmer and warmer and get to a point where it's not going to be super manageable to try to spread. So you do want to be careful about that, of course. I should have put my other piece of plastic down here. That's why we always have a second piece of plastic, is because I'm dripping everywhere, okay? Oh yes, thank you guys for the sprinkles and shares. So I did the glitter over the top of my foil adhesive. And once it was completely glittered, I did take it outside and I sprayed it with the Rust-Oleum 2, I think it's still 2X. It's Rust-Oleum clear, okay? And I'll grab the can. Oh, maybe the can's in the other room. But I sprayed it outdoors. I always spray over the glitter to kind of set the glitter first and make sure that it's not going to just like get all into your epoxy, okay? So I feel like it was pretty well set when I did this. I'm not feeling like there's a lot of glitter like floating through the epoxy. But oh my gosh, you guys, these are both going to be so stunning. And as you can see, as that's even spinning, just in the short time it's been sitting there, it is changing. So you want to be careful. I probably put on too much alcohol, especially with the fact that my nozzle was not working the way I wanted it to. You try to get the nozzle to be doing a mist, okay? And mine was not working in favor with me. So we'll have to see what that'll look like by morning. So definitely I have leftover, okay? The 60 milliliters was plenty, which that was equal to 2 ounces total, 1 ounce each of part A and part B mixed together. I'm just trying to get this to fill level, and then I'll get my fingers out of it. Sometimes it's hard to leave it alone, okay? You're just having so much fun. So what I do with my leftover, if I don't have anything, oh, you know what I am going to try? Let's back this out a little bit. Give myself some room here. I'm going to go grab another piece of plastic. Oh, good. There you go. I got plastic going everywhere. It's hard when you only have one hand, because I got one hand that is slimed with epoxy, so I can't really use it unless I want to unglove. But I'm going to grab plate. Okay, I'm going to lay this directly onto the plastic. I'm going to move my camera over a little bit. This is, I'm hoping this will spread real super thin, because I want it to spread really, really thin, okay? This is the plate that I did with Andressa, and I also crackled it with our crystal clear crackle. And we were talking about putting epoxy on it, and I think this will just be just enough to hand smear on a layer of epoxy. I'm going to be really, really close, but I wanted to do it thin, okay? I wasn't wanting to do anything thick, but we'll see how this will work, okay? We've been talking about this for a while. So sometimes when you got a little leftover something, you can find a place to put it around here. Okay, I'm going to be scraping this as clean as I can possibly scrape it. Let's see if I can get this covered. Okay, we're going to get both hands in here, because I think it's going to take both of my hands. Okay, so it's going to be super, super thin, but that's what I was looking for. And then we'll have a protective coat on the back of this. Oh, that was plenty, you guys. Because like I said, I want it really, really thin. And I'm thinking, well, let's see how well my brain works here and my technique works. But I feel like if I just leave this on the plastic, okay, if it continues to move and run, it's going to just stick down to the plastic, and I should be able to clean that up pretty darn well. Okay, I'm gloving. Oh, hold on, maybe not. Felt like it looked a little thick. Okay, we got some extra. Just rub it from one project to the other, okay? Not wasting anything around here. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and hit this one with the blowtorch. And I'm just going to use up any excess that's coming off the cup onto the plate, okay? Let's grab the blowtorch, and then as soon as I unglove, you guys, I'll get back to my computer and look at all of your questions and comments. I just feel like I'm a little thick. I'm just going to put it over there. That looks so pretty. Okay. Get all those bubbles cleared out. We're going to do the same over here. And we're going to leave the blowtorch alone now, okay? Linda, my turner is from Dino's, Tumbler turners. They are wonderful to work with. I love Sandy and her husband. Let them know that I sent you over. Okay, they have some great ones. I want another one from them. Okay, I'm going to try. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Didn't mean to make you guys sick there. Okay, but there is my turner. So it has two arms. They're spinning at different speeds. So if I need it to go slower, I can. So one does go a little slower than the other. It also has two holders on top. So once it spins, you've got another place to put it and hold it while you're working on it. And now I'm going to get to questions and comments here. Okay, I guess I can let you guys watch them spin. They're so pretty. So Linda, yeah, check them out. I think you'll love them, okay, if you're looking for a new turner. Oh, thank you, Wendy. This is going to be exciting to see how this looks in the end, and if just having the plastic down will prevent it from going any further, and I might be able to just peel it away from the plastic and be fine. Jill, you're going to have to watch back the replay, okay? So as soon as I'm done with this live, it will post and you can watch the replay, okay? T, thank you so much. Oh, T's asking, okay, so T, what I used, okay, I can't touch the cup anymore, but I mixed enough, I know, for these two projects, knowing that that was probably enough. And just because I had that left over, I used it on my plate, but there's no saving it. The epoxy continues to get hotter and hotter and hotter and will become unworkable. So you definitely can use up what you have, but you've got to use it in a fairly fast time manner, okay? Because the longer it sits in the pot, the more it starts to change, okay? And it starts to get to where it's setting and you can't move it and manipulate it the way you need to. Okay, guys, I want to say a big thank you for hanging out. I appreciate all the shares. If you do have questions, just go ahead and post them in the comments, tag my name. I'll try to go back and check comments later this evening, and we'll check out all these gorgeous projects tomorrow. And then the girls will be with me tomorrow. So Amber and Ashley are both going to be over here because they're going to make some really cute, okay? You guys are going to laugh and just crack up when you see what they're doing, okay? They're doing 4-leaf clovers for St. Patty's Day, and they're doing some shirts, okay? And they're cute little shirts. So I'll let you just join tomorrow and see what nonsense they're doing, okay? But thank you guys. I appreciate you all being here, and go grab and watch that replay. Make sure to put hashtag replay so that we know that you saw it on the replay, and share this video if you would. We truly would appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening, guys. We'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.